blast from the past. Something like that. Something like that. Anywho. Y'all know I use my Atlantis every day. I just took this coil out that I've been vaping every day. It's my driver. It's what I vape when I'm driving to and from work. If I go outside and do stuff, I vape it then. It's my banger. It's my beater. Whatever you want to call it. Okay? It's what it is. The Atlantis. What have I been rocking for over a month? Since Valentine's Day. I've had that coil in. It's still working. I've been trying to burn it out. I've been trying to burn it out without actually burning it out, you know, like putting extra VG juices in there that really shouldn't be in there. And then, you know, you get a little dry hit, and I give a prior puff, and it just keeps going. It keeps going no matter what. What I've been really rocking in it, I had some 50/50 juice, but I'm out of that. I goofed up my order over at Juicy Juice, and I got 70 PG, 30 VG, and I have 3 different bottles, 3 different flavors, you know, whatever you want to say, review coming soon, sure, we'll say it that way, of Juicy, but that's not about this. This is about the Triton Clapton coil heads. Alright? Triton Clapton coil heads in my Fast Tech Atlantis. Alright? And I'm gonna pull one out of here. We're gonna rip the old one apart. See how bad it really is, because it was still vaping fantastically. It's really hard to do anything sort of reviewy with something that doesn't burn out, so you can't say these coil heads lasted me such and such a time, and I've gone through 3 coil heads, you know, per se, and they have all lasted about this long. Valentine's Day was February 14th. It is now the 5th of April. Almost 2 solid months. It's kind of hard to say that, you know, these coil heads will last you 3 weeks. Right? Right. That's how I feel about it. So, take from this what you will. I'm going to grab a brand new head, which you won't be able to see down in there. It does have, you know, they have really nice airflow for these pre-built tanks. Nice size wick holes, right? Airflow down there at the bottom. They do have this it's a orangish tan grommets on them, so of course you can tell them apart from other things. And we're gonna slap this together. We'll put a little bit of juice on the coil head, as you should, right? Yeah. Guns don't kill people. It's mostly the bullets. Little advertising there. And we'll just drip this in there. I see a hair, because I got dogs and a cat, so don't vape hairs. God, they taste terrible. You will have a hell of a time getting that out of your addy, no matter what it is. You know, outside filling a tank like this, if you got a hair in it, you'd never know it. But pouring it directly down into where the coil area is, because there's no way a hair is going to get into that wicking chamber right there from the tank. So, heck, you could have a hair in your tank right now and you wouldn't know it. That's what we're going to do with that. We're going to fill up the old 5 mil, because I will be driving away with this later. You know, the old work. I did actually clean this. I just keep filling the Atlantis and go, and fill the Atlantis and go, fill it, go, fill it, go. That's it. Rarely do I ever take it to bits. I do like to line up the wicking holes in the little chamber of the Atlantis though, and we'll set this on a mod. And we can use a potentiometer mod. See, we can use that. Ain't no big deal. And we're gonna let that sit over here while we take apart coil head. Y'all don't need to see me. We're gonna need to see the ad for Juicy at the moment. You can see the open cabinet because y'all love that, right? Right. So what I have to take these apart, right? Just, you can see it's a little darker in there than the other one. Cotton's getting a little bit worn on the outside, but you know, it's neither here nor there really. It basically Atlantis head, right? But it's a Triton head. What I have here is an old what do you call them, drip guards? Sure, a drip guard from the old cartomizer style. If you have something that you can set this portion in so it stays on this lip, because it separates right there, right where my fingernail is. It separates right there. If you have something, and the threads for this are perfect for that, that you can set it in there and it's all good, doesn't fall in, and rests on this O-ring basically on the edge, you're all good. But what you want to do first, and we're all curious to see what this coil looks like, pop the pin, right? I'm curious. I haven't pulled one of these apart yet. We'll use something smaller so we can see, right? Maybe. Eee! Off that goes flying onto the computer. So, yeah, grommet. Okay. That captures your negative. The center pin here captures your positive. Alright. Now, sorry, I had to turn a little bit so I could see. Now I'm going to bend this out just a little bit. Bend this lead out just a little bit, or in, however you look at it. And let's see what we got in the old Coil Master kit. Maybe the 4 mil would be enough to push this coil out without damaging it too much. The 4 mil is really hard to get out of here because it's bigger than the damn hole. Yeah. And actually, the airflow is a little bit bigger than 4 mil in there. So, maybe we can push the sides and try to get this out in virtually undestroyed potential. Just go from one side to the other side and wiggle it, and out it comes. Now you're left with this, and you go, but there's still cotton around the edges. Yes, in between the sleeve and the outside barrel that's in there. I don't know if you get a good enough view of that, but there is one basically outside layer of Japanese organic cotton sitting in there. And they do have this, wow, that's pretty nasty, mesh screen on the very top. Alright, the mesh screen. And you can see the top's a little black. And the way Atlantis and Tritons do their outside bits is 2 separate pads, halfsies, if you will. It's black. It's not really burnt, and nothing really stuck. It's kind of nice. Getting the outer, because they do this number. You see that? They do that number right there, where it goes in between. And when and if I rebuild these, I do the same thing as they do. I don't use quite as much cotton as they do, and then I can get max VG juices through an Atlantis. But they basically use a full pad and a partial going around that. It did burn away some of the cotton. There's a little hole in there. Still tasted just fine. And you're left with this luscious coil right here. which is one of the old non-resistant wires on the outside. There's Clapton wire fused together. Right there in the middle, we got about 1, 2, 3, about a 3/4 wrap of Clapton in there. Now you can see how it's clean, dirty, clean, right? Well, it's not really that dirty. But now if we stretch this out to give you a better view. Yeah, I'm around here somewhere. There's your Clapton bits right there. And the non-resistance wire on the ends. So therefore you don't burn the insulator that's in there. And that's how that is. So we got this now, right? An old 510 drip tip off of a cartomizer usually works quite well for this. I haven't done this in a while. Cover your ears. It didn't just fall out. That's disturbing. And it got stuck in there. Maybe they changed their size a little bit. Didn't move a bit. Can't use the other side. You got to do this very level, like a hammer would work better. But hey, I do have a hammer. I'm gonna fuck some shit up. Sorry, excuse the language. But tapping on plastic bits with a hammer, probably not the best idea. Just put that out there. That's a possibility that it really fucked up. These are press fit in, so yeah. And it barely moved and messed up the drip tip. So maybe not today. That happens. But you got to see the inside of them, right? Yeah, we'll pull that later. Some of them are more difficult than others to take apart. However, using that same method, right? Where'd they go? I currently have tons of them. Some that have been pulled apart all the way and some that have not. So, we can take a look if I got one laying around. I don't have any pieces and parts laying around. That's sad. That's extra sad. That makes me extra sad. The older Atlantis ones will probably be easier to take apart. Let's see here. Can we do an older one? Can we? We use the old Coil Master? No, we don't want to do that. Can't use that. I'm out of stuff to use. Oh. You know I don't edit nothing, right? So. Did that work or not? Whee! Coil Master, come back. Yeah, that was working. Alright. We'll use this head because it actually wants to come apart. Tap some more, tap some more, tap some more. It looked like it came apart, but it didn't yet. Same thing I was doing. It's just really hard to hold all this. Did that come out? Not yet. There it goes. You heard the ding. You heard the ding. Okay. Let's get that out of there. Some come apart really easy. Some don't. So you have the barrel section. Yeah, look, it's still got the cotton in there. Look at that. Cotton's still in there. Yeah, you could reuse it if you wanted to. That doesn't touch the coil. And then you have this little piece right here. Yep. This little piece that slides up in there and sets. It's what it is. What I like to do is build. I did mush this one just a little bit, but you can straighten that out with the pliers. I like to build with this. Okay. Set my coil in cotton inside this. Set up the grommet. You know, wires popping out. Set up the grommet. Got one wire trapped in there already, right? Trap your other wire. So everything's set up in there, nice and pretty. And then push it all back together with the coil in here. Because right inside this is where your coil should be. If it's above it or below it, it's not going to be right. So as long as it's inside this, you get about 6 wrapper easy if you just do standard builds. Around a 4 mil. Beautiful. That's that. So, you think that's wicked enough yet? We could vape one of these Aspire Triton coil heads. Let's give her a couple of primers. You see bubbles? I see bubbles. Sounds kind of juicy. Remember, this is 70 PG juice I have in here, and it's quite the runner. They recommend this coil head at, what is it, 40 to 50 watts? I don't remember. Does it say on the box? How come the boxes never say what they want? Neither one of these coil heads is pointed in the right direction. 40 to 45 watts. And normally, I'm rocking it on the old K-box. Why'd I throw those on the table? Would make good yet. Rock it on the K-box because it's a great thing to throw in my pocket because it's small and sleek and all that jazz. Just pop that on there. She's going to read 0.5 just like she's supposed to. Yeah, it went up to 0.2, whatever, 35.2 watts is what I'm rocking it at. It's a fresh head. It is just a tad spitty, but I don't mind that because then I know there's juice in there, you know? Once it's not spitting anymore, there's possibility you're not going to have a very good hit the next time around. That's what 70 PG. I have put some 80 VG in that coil head. It worked. You get about 3 toots, and then just give her a little primer puff, and she's good again for like 3 toots. So, it works. 50/50 works wonderfully well. Looks very nice on the cloudy picture and all that jazz. Great flavor. Good clouds. I mean, 70 PG. Look at that. I am rocking this on the third biggest airflow option. Not wide open. I don't know why. I don't care for the wide open one. Give it a primer again. Fresh head. I gotta prime it. Once she's all broken, she'll be good to go. I just don't care for the wide open one. I like just a little bit of resistance there. Just a little bit. And I'm totally opposite on the drippers. I like as much airflow as it takes to cover the coil. But on this, for some reason, I like it at the third option. I'm not up to their recommended setting. I did rock the other one at 40 for a little while. And just, I think their rating of 40 to 45 watts is a little high for this. It does work there. 40. I just think their rating's a little high. Because at 35, get back to 35, click, 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 click. It's 4.19 volts right there. So you can put it on a mech mod, non-hybrid. Come on, people. A mech box, something like that. Should work out perfect. Unregulated single 18650 little banger would be just perfect with that, you know. Maybe one of those mini volts, I don't know, whatever would work perfect with that. That's the Aspire Triton coil head in the 5mm Fast Tech Atlantis. Works quite well. Works quite well indeed. Highly enjoying these coil heads, even though that's number 2 in almost 2 months, and there really didn't seem to be anything wrong with this feller. If that was in a dripper, you just dry burn that thing, re-wick it, and off you go. It is what it is. Thanks for watching. Y'all have a great day, great night, great evening, great whatever it is at the time you are watching this video. Y'all have fun now, 'cause I know I